We are on the border of Louisiana and Texas, about to fish one of the most incredible lakes that I've ever seen. You're on something big. Dude! Welcome to Caddo, baby! And so it begins. Day one. Our journey starts here. Welcome to legendary Caddo Lake. This is a trip that we've been planning for quite some time, and ever since we filmed that Amistad series 2 years ago, I've wanted to capture video somewhat like that. You know, during the Amistad series, we traveled all the way down south on the Texas-Mexico border and explored new water. I had never fished anything like that before. It was an opportunity for me to step outside my comfort zone. Growing up in Illinois, we used to fish in little ponds, but when we got to Amistad, it was like, this is insane. I've never seen huge cliffs or crystal clear waters full of bass and teeming with life. And fast forward to today, 2 years later, I've decided we'd film something very similar, but in a little bit different setting. Where we'll be fishing for the next 3 days is a true natural beauty. We plan on getting lost thick into the swamp of Texas, the Texas jungle, in hopes to film something beautiful for you guys. And of course, along the way, catch some giant fish. I've never been here before. I don't know anything about this lake. It's gonna be an interesting adventure, and what I'm most excited about is filming for you guys. So let's get this boat in the water, keep cranking, and have ourselves a day, waders. I'm so pumped. Caddo 2022, let's get it. Not more than, what, 5 minutes? We started a day at the ramp, right under a bridge, and we have now ended up in Jurassic Park. I don't know how this is possible. I don't know, this looks good. I'm just right off the main channel. This is scary stuff. I'm not gonna run this, although I'm pretty sure you can go Mach 90 through those trees. I'm just gonna get acquainted today, and I'm gonna start here because it looks good. There's some hyacinth over there. Hyacinth's like a really healthy grass. That's kind of what I'm gonna be looking for this whole trip. Good grass, clean water. There's also current coming in through here too. The lake's about a foot up. We're just gonna get acquainted with Caddo Lake today and slowly gonna piece together the puzzle. Wow, this looks sexy. All right, let's just get started. I don't even know what to say right now. I'm in awe. I'm in freaking awe. I mean, I see this first thing I pick up is a frog. We are going in. I don't know if I can actually make it back here, but we're gonna try. Look for clean water and some grass. I think we should be onto something here. Well, I mean, this kind of goes without being said, but it's already pretty overwhelming. There's not a piece of this body of water that I'm looking at right now that I wouldn't want to fish. That's going to be kind of the name of the game, though, is it's going to be finding minor inconsistencies. That's how these fisheries works. It's not going to be easy. I came into this trip with very low expectations, and we're going to have to probably crawl before we run. Hopefully by the time we're on day 3, we're running, we're sprinting, catching a lot of nice fish. But yeah, I mean, this is a scenario in which you've got a flooded forest. These are all bald cypress trees mixed in with hyacinth, scum mats. The water's very shallow. There's obviously some natural grass growing down here as well. And you know, you could really get overwhelmed by just fishing the same stuff over and over again. So it's gonna take some time. You know, like, even though this looks like it could have 100 fish in it, it's not. There's gonna be specific things the fish are holding to, and I'm just trying to change it up. I'm not trying to fish the same exact thing constantly. Looking for little pockets, little openings, areas where those fish could be chilling. This could also just be a very poor part of the lake too. I don't know, we just started off somewhere that looked good, so yeah, we've got our work cut out for us. Oh my God, nice one. Nice fish. Oh my God. Wow, that was disgusting. Get in here, sister. Get in here, sister. Good bass. Wow, that was insane. Ooh, that's how you start a trip, baby. That is how you start a trip. Let's go. That was gnarly, dude. You know what I feel like? I feel like I'm in Brazil right now, fishing for peacock bass. Only instead of peacocks, it's largemouth. It's a species I'm so familiar with. That's probably about a 3-pounder. That was so sick. Let's go, dude. I think I said something to the camera. I was like, we're gonna dip. But then I saw that it kind of got a little bit more like clear back here. So I was like, let's go a little farther. Got the push pull out and now we're cooking with peanut oil. Wow, he slammed it. That right there is my first ever Caddo Lake bass, and a good one at that. Let's get a weight, Caleb. Let's see what the weight is. I'm gonna guess probably high 3s, maybe even close to 4. It's not a very long fish, but it's fat. Yeah. First fish of the trip, 4-3 on the old toad. Unbelievable. How good. How good. Let's go, baby. That's why we came to Caddo, for moments like this. All right. Sending her back. Wow, how great. How great was that? Get back down there. Dude, the fish just disappeared back into the water. It's only 2 feet here, but it almost seems like we're under 100 feet of water because of how dense this place is. The water's so dark. You don't know what's lurking down below. Alligators, snakes, most importantly, big old Girthas. Put her there, Kev. Let's get some more. I absolutely love when these big old ferocious bass read the instructions on our frog. It's one of the reasons why I put it on there. Sometimes I think fish get confused. They see a lure and like, what am I supposed to do with that? Am I supposed to just snuff it or am I supposed to eat it? It's exactly why I put it on there. It's like, you know, you don't think of that kind of stuff. That's a really cool moment. So that fish came in between those cypress trees. Which ones? Those 2 right there in the open water. And this is such shallow water that these fish will move the surface. Like you can see them before they're about to eat. That fish came from the right side, just hauling ass at the frog, completely just crushed it. The gear we're using obviously is heavy stuff. You see what's around me. This is not spinning rod territory. I'm using a 7.5 Guggen Green muscle. This is a heavy, heavy stick, perfect for frog fishing, perfect for flipping. I like using it for jigs too. 50-pound braid. I like using 50, sometimes 40 is good too. The lighter the line, the longer the cast, and a little more, you know, agile you can be. 65 is good if you're doing close corner stuff. And of course, we're throwing the filthy frog and kind of a natural color. You can hear the frogs. Like, if you hear this, those are little tiny frogs. And I imagine when those fall into the water, if they're on a tree or if they're on a scum mat, the bass don't waste any time. That's kind of where my head's at. You know, I'm hearing, I'm just trying to be in tune with what's around me. There's sludge, I'm hearing frogs, the water's getting a little bit cleaner, it's not as brown. And just like that, it all kind of fell into place. So we've got some more water here. It does look like it's gonna be a bit more challenging to maneuver, but that's good for me. We've got a push pull. I mean, if there's water that people, you know, kind of look at and say, we'll just turn around, that's the kind of stuff I want to fish. So, let's keep going. I'm jacked.
Wow, I just watched a bass hit something completely out of the water.
Right there?
No, way back in there.
I don't see the movement.
It was like, I see the drone, now like 50 yards back.
Oh, back in there? That looks good. Like kind of up towards that green thick. It's all on the drone or your eyes? Oh, there you go. Good one. God bless it. I knew that was going to be a fish. Oh, it's not a bass. It's not a bass. Where's that net at? I had a feeling that bite was a little bit too aggressive to be a large brown. That is sick. Big old mudfish. No freaking way. That's so sick. This is so cool. This is a goal of mine that I wanted to accomplish, just like a minor achievement, and we've done it already on day 1. I am so interested in other fish other than bass, obviously, and one of my favorite fish that I really haven't caught too much of, which is weird because a lot of people say they run into these fish, especially in Texas, is a bowfin. It's such a crazy fish. They've been around for millions of years. They're 100% native. Unfortunately, I do get mistaken as snakehead or something invasive, so people do kill them for no reason, but they are quite honestly one of the coolest looking fish, and I have a huge appreciation from them. They're dope. This is definitely one of the biggest ones I've ever caught. They are scary too. They are like really scary fish. What an interesting creature. So this is a bowfin. It's a part of the Amiidae family. It's the only fish in its family, whereas, you know, like a smallmouth, largemouth, spotted bass, they're all somewhat genetically related, but this guy's alone in his family tree. You know, these guys were swimming around when the dinosaurs were roaming the earth, which is very fitting because where we're at looks like a, you know, a place for a stegosaurus to post up. Look at the teeth too. You do not want to get caught in the business end of that mouth. Their tails are insane too. They have this monstrous dorsal that goes all the way down to the tip of their tail, and that huge kicker on the bottom of that fish is what makes them so powerful. They're fun, they're aggressive. I think they get a bad rap. You know, I had a feeling we'd catch one this trip, but not so soon. We made it happen. Wow. Crazy fish. Time to go back, buddy. Oh my God. I was waiting for it. They get real tense like that and then they snap. I never know anyone who's gotten bit by one, but I'm sure they would do some damage. I was gonna go for a nice release and he's like, no, I'm good. See ya, bye. Large bass, nice big bass and a bowfin to get today started off in beautiful Caddo. Oh my God, I might just sleep here tonight. This is amazing. This is wild. We just had to get through a bunch of really dusty looking water in order to find this. I mean, it's funny, usually you'd think like the farther back you go, the thicker it is, but all of a sudden it just kind of opens up. We're heading towards a place, I believe it's called Carter's Lake, and that's not saying much. Like you look on a map and it says Carter's Lake, but it looks like a forest. And I mean, the water's changed. I'm starting to see actual vegetation, but I don't know what it is. It might be coontail or something, some sort of natural veg. And there's just way more life over here. Like I'm hearing them bust. I'm seeing gar. I'm seeing movement. I literally just got off the phone with Rackley. Robin Rackley out here filming some stuff for Goog, and you guys have to check that out as well. As soon as I got off the phone with him, I made a cast and got bit right on that tree. So this is good. You have to trust your instincts sometimes, and my instincts tell me that this is good. We're on the right path. And like I said, today's a stepping stone. We're just gonna get comfortable with this lake, and if we can get a few bites in a fresh area, then that's all that matters. But still throwing the frog. Such a fun way to catch them, man. There's just no better way. It's uncomparable. On top of the fact that we're catching fish right now, you take a look at the background and it's something out of like a postcard. This is just too beautiful. And to think that you can fish here and catch them, it's wild. It's a true beauty. There we go. There's a bass. That is insane, dude. That is so funny. I got a little preoccupied. This is kind of the dangerous thing that you can get into out here, is you just kind of see something that looks good, and even though you're not catching them, it just kind of leads you farther and farther. It's like the sirens, you know. It's like, oh, but that tree looks good, I'll just keep going. That's what was going on. I went right and I wasn't getting any bites, but I just kept fishing it. I told Caleb, I'm like, we need to circle back. We need to go back near where I caught those fish, and we were getting bites. Sure enough, within 2 minutes of being back in this area, which seemingly looks the same as where I just was, they started biting. Also too, I would say they're pretty aggressive right now. Inhaled it. I love it. I freaking love it. And we will catch you later, little Caddo bass. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Crushed it. Dude, that was the lightest bite I've ever seen. Look how dark they are. I think a lot of it has to do with the water clarity, but also there's tons of grass. So these fish have to kind of adapt to their surroundings, stay away from predators. Bass are not the kings out here. You've got alligators, you've got birds. We've got big fish, other than largemouth. His fins are all f***ed up from stressing himself out, garden fry. Wow. You know, it's not like a bite every tree or even every other tree, but when you find the right area, like in that specific zone, like I said, you've got 2 trees that are off the bank and there's a bit of a lane there. And it's kind of what these fish are relating to. Oh man, this is good. I was so concerned coming out here. I was like, are we even gonna catch a fish today? This place is overwhelming. It's very daunting to just like come from, you know, DFW area where all the lakes are pretty much like mud right now to something like this and try to figure it out from scratch. But we're doing good. Oh my God, that was a good one. No. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. That thing stopped me, man. Oh. Damn. Got him. Decent one. That was cool. Literally, as soon as it hit the water. Finally got one out of the mat. That was like the first fish we've actually hooked in the muck. I had a feeling she's gonna do that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Good one. Good fish. Oh my God, dude, I watched him come off that tree and crush the toad. Man, they're playing tricks on me. When that fish bit, it looked just like the 4 where I caught earlier. And they fight hard too, so it's like, wow, I really am fooled. I can't imagine what like a 6 or 7 pole's like in this lake. That's a little bizzle. Yeah, catch you later. See ya, Baba.
That's awesome.
Oh my God, giant fish. Good one. Oh my God. That was so sick, dude. That was so sick. Barely hooked. Oh, dude. That was so sick. It is not that big, but that was so crazy. We sat down for a quick little grub sesh. Had some deli meat and some wraps, and I got back up and Caleb was still eating. We really weren't filming. I was like, I'll just throw on this big swim bait for a bit because it can be an awesome post-spawn lure. It looks like, you know, something that is trying to eat their fry or their babies. And I mean, what was that, like 4 casts in, dude? Got this meaty one, probably about a 3-pounder, something like that. But check this out. What is going on there? I've seen some weird stuff on fish. I've seen bass without lower jaws and missing fins and stuff like that, but that's different. I don't even know if I should be holding this fish. Poor guy doesn't look like he's doing so good. We might have figured out something different too, a different pattern. Especially when we miss one on the frog, it's nice to probably go in with something else. So high 2s, low 3s, good fish. All right, buddy, thanks for playing. That was so intense. See you later, dude. We're on an adventure. We just changed it up a bit. We started off on some random little slough that I picked out this morning. It looked good while we were in Carter shooting. I was like, let's check this out. And it turned out to be a pretty good move. Our biggest being right around 4, and then that one there at the end on this swimmer was about 3. And that was a cool eat too. That was really sick. Had a bit of rain that came through. That didn't last long. Now we are in Carter's Lake. It's a lot more wide open. This is an easy place for me to navigate. Whereas back there, it was like, I kept having to pull the motor up and it was a bit sticky, but we were rewarded with that work that we had to deal with in that mess. It was definitely worth it. Here we go. Oh, that's a good one. Dude, I think we found some fish. I think we found some fish, buddy. I think we found some fish. Let's go. Well, I think we made the right move to come back here. Look how they're eating the frog. Annihilated. It's gone. That is how you want to see them eating it. Just sucked it down. I've absolute money when they're eating the filthy frog. Get back down there, girl. Oh. All right, well, we're power pulled down right now, so I'm gonna take like a couple seconds to share with you guys the gear, what we're using. This is, I mean, everyone's favorite way to fish. Undeniable. If you say that you like throwing drop shots in 100 feet of water over throwing a frog in some muck, you're out of your mind. You know, teach their own, but whatever. This is what we're throwing. Throwing the filthy frog. I got the skirts trimmed down a bit so she walks a little bit easier. These are awesome frogs. I'll leave them linked down below. You guys should definitely pick some of these up, especially as you northern guys progress into spring and summer, and as you southern guys are probably experiencing summer right now. It's a great way to get fish that are post-spawn. You know, these fish have just gotten off their beds. They've been parents for the past, you know, couple months, so they just want to eat. They just want to grub. And sometimes too, they're still being parents. So you'll have fish that are guarding fry, and bass are really good moms and dads. So they'll hang around their fry, and if anything comes around that fry, it's getting crunched. They're not necessarily eating it, but they're kind of protecting it as if it were on a bed. But this is all we're using. We're throwing this thing around, just a single cypress. It's weird. Sometimes the small ones will have fish, and the big ones that look awesome with the grass around them will have nothing. I got this equipped with 55-pound braid, 7.5 Guggen Green muscle rod. You need a muscle if you're gonna be fishing out here in Caddo or anywhere with this kind of junk, and a fast gear ratio reel. It's using an 8-to-1 gear ratio reel. A couple of these fish, they'll eat it and they'll run at you. So you want to maintain tension. You lose tension on a frogfish, chances are he's going to spit you. And it's happened to me a couple times today. So just look for anything that looks good. If it looks good, chances are it's got a fish on it. Take a cast at it, work it around. Even though it's windy back here, the back sides of these trees are still pretty slick. And I think the bass know that, and they're chilling behind there. But I mean, the first couple of flips and pitches, they're getting bites. This looks good. Good one. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a little bit better. Sometimes fishing the stuff that almost doesn't make sense is what makes sense. Look at the chartreuse in his fins. That is weird. Nice fish. The average here is pretty good. You know, 1 to 2 pounds. Eating on top. It's good fun. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna jump. Jump, jump, jump. Tickle his beard. Tickle his beard. Oh no, he didn't want to do it. Look at that. That's so funny. So interesting how they do that. His mom is. Oh, there we go. We're doing that now. Not even filming fish. That's good. Oh. Dude, they are chewing back here.
Set that in there.
That was cool. Oh, that's a decent one. Oh my God, just came off. That was a good one. Actually a decent fish. That was actually a decent fish. That thing was screaming. You guys, this is literally what I was talking about. You need a fast gear ratio reel. Like you need to be on your toes. That fish screamed at me and I got like a little bit of slack and she popped me off. I was just about to say, oh, I needed to get closer to that tree. No, didn't matter. She was on it. Holy hell, this is a good spot. We are in the Juice McNugget right now. It amazes me how close I'm able to catch some of these fish too. Like, this is such shallow water. Are they just not spooked by me? It's weird. Here we go. Ready? See him? He's coming for it. Good one too. That was so dirty. That was so dirty. Let's go. Let's go. How gross was that? Put it there, man. Caleb's been trying all day to get a sweet shot. I threw it over the limb, Bama bass style. I'm like, you ready? You ready? He's gonna eat it. They are on the frog right now. I am having the best time of my life. Such a strong lateral on. These fish look crazy, man. He's like neon green. Oh, I'm gonna put him back. That was epic.
Yeah, so sick.
Ready?
Yeah, good.
I will catch you later. Oh my God. Around the tree. Oh, that's a good one, man. Number 18. I think it's a good one, man. They just fight so hard. I'm totally screwed if I get anything over this size. I'm not ready for it. 18. See you, bud. So lit. This is so much fun. Oh, did we count that? Did we count it? That was sick. Yeah, he went up top of it. We'll count that. That's 19.
Yeah.
It touched the boat, I think. Yeah. Like the fish care. You've got to be joking me. That's number 20. This is insane, dude. This is actually crazy. I literally just pressed start on my GoPro to record. I'm a 20. There's a fish on that right side. On the right side of this. Just saw him move on. Here he comes. Here he comes. Good one too. Pretty ridiculous when you can call your shot. Literally out here calling our shots. This is so much fun. Oh, see you later, bud. Just barely sucked it. It wasn't really good to eat, but out in the middle. What the? What was it? 22. Just out in the middle. Oh, that felt good. I'm gonna have bass on today. I'm gonna have bass on today. 22. Funny enough, Brackley and Rob are out here filming some Guggen content. Shout out to the boys for knocking out some Guggen content. We had kind of like overlapping plans. We both decided to fish Caddo because of how windy it's been in Texas. And I mean, it's blowing like 15 on the mainland, but you don't feel it when you're encased in the forest. So they're filming some Guggen stuff. I don't know particularly what they're filming, if it's like a series or doing some bait promotion, but they're actually right ahead. I believe that's them. Hopefully that's them. Okay. 20, 25? Hello. 25. To think I was so nervous that we were gonna come out here and not even see a fish. And now we're having probably one of my best frog days, if not ever, like, of course, this year. See you, bud. Day one on Caddo, complete. Huge success, monster success. Expectations down here. What happened today, up here, I would say. We still have a lot to learn. You know, we only fished, I don't know, a couple miles of this lake. We really focused on the Texas side and fished real thick. There's a whole ass lake that we didn't even explore today too. So I think what we're gonna have to do is regroup tonight, plan, figure out what worked and what didn't work, and then might even come up with a Louisiana mission, because like I said previously, this lake is split in half. You got Texas side and Louisiana side. I've heard really good things about the Louisiana side, and it is a completely different fishery, even though it is the same lake. So we're gonna head back to camp, show you guys where we'll be staying for the next couple of days, and figure out what the move is for tomorrow. And we're home. Check it out. We rented this absolutely mint Airbnb, and it's right on the water. If I could give one suggestion to anyone, if you're gonna plan a trip, like a fishing trip, get a place in the water. You won't regret it, because that way you don't have to launch the boat, you can grab your coffee, take your morning dookie, walk out to the dock, and get to fishing. Somewhere around here, we got struck by lightning. We came back to the cabin and having a few drinks, eating some chips and salsa, and all of a sudden the power goes out. Usually this is a minor inconvenience for most folks, but it's a huge, major inconvenience for us because we've got camera gear, I've got a boat, a lot of the things need to be charged tonight, and of course none of that's getting charged. On top of that too, everything's getting soaked. I don't know. I guess every good day or moment has to have a bit of a landslide there at the end, and we're experiencing a bit of technical difficulties that might cause some issues for tomorrow's mission. On top of that too, it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, and I think I might have mentioned this earlier, but fishing in the rain, fine. Filming in the rain, not fine. So figure things out here in a little bit and hopefully get the power on soon, and we might see you guys in the morning because well, it's pretty dark in here. Holy hell, boys, we're on something big.